Now, number 5, my favorite part of this technical skills is know the numbers and be mukhang pera. I will explain to you why. Knowing your exchange rates, transfer fees, and tracking your income or expenses so you actually run a profitable business. Yan. Dapat updated ka sa exchange rate para i-timing mo nga pag mataas yung exchange rate, doon ka mag-withdraw. Pero please guys, please know na pag mataas yung exchange rate ng dollar to versus peso, it also means that our economy in the Philippines is struggling. Okay? You should know that. Also, if para mas alam mo yung mga gastusin mo everyday, gumawa ka ng template galing sa spreadsheet, mag-download ka online, madaming online na spreadsheet na mga templates for expenses tracker. Or ako, personally, ginagamit ko to, naka-install to sa phone ko. The moment na merong akong ginagastusan or binibili, nilalagin ko kaagad dito. Pag pumapasok yung pera from client, pag nagpapadala na si client, nilalag ko din dito. And then, yung data na makukuha mo sa app na to, pwede mo siyang i-export as spreadsheet. And then, nilalagay ko na lahat sa spreadsheet. Okay. Pasensya. Kailangan kong uminom. Next. Who here wants to talk about money? Taas kamay. Alam ko hindi kita nakikita, pero do you want to talk about money? Yes or no? Yes or no? I can hear yes. Okay, let's go. Let's talk about money. Now, dito sa Pilipinas, ang base standard rate ng starting VA, bago pa lang na VA, is around $4 to $5 per hour. Itong exchange rate na nakikita nyo ngayon is 58.06. At the time na ginawa ko tong slide na to, February 7 last year yata to, hindi to updated. Pero I think the exchange rate now is not that far naman. Pero gawin natin tong data ha. Let's use this data. 58.01 is equal to $1, assuming yung base rate is $5. So let's continue. Pag meron kang client na yung rate mo sa kanya is $5 per hour, tapos nagwo-work ka sa kanya ng 8 hours per day, assuming lang ha, di lahat ng client 8 hours kailangan mo mag-work. Depende talaga. Okay. Assuming 8 hours, it could be one client 8 hours, it could be two clients 8 hours, like 4 hours isa, 4 hours isa, depende sa'yo. Pero for the sake of the example, let's say na yung 8 hours a day is $5 per hour yung rate mo. It will turn into $40 a day after mo mag-work. And that is equal to, in Philippine peso, $2,322.40 per day. Take note guys, per day. I'm saying this per day. I would like to highlight na per day. Now, 2,322.40 times 22 working days per month. Walang Sabado at Domingo. Usually, ang weekday sa isang buwan is usually around 20, 21. Kung February, minsan 20 lang or 19. Pero on average, what I'm saying here is 22. Okay? Now, if ganun yung variables mo, at the end of the month, you will be earning 51,092 pesos 0.8. Virtual assistant base rate yan. Newbie. Okay? Ulitin ko ulit. This is the base rate of a newbie virtual assistant. First time mo lang mag-VA pero ganito rate mo. Okay. Now, If i-compare natin yung 51,000, if you are working in the government, nasa salary grade 19 ka na, yung 51,000, no? Now, from salary grade, kung ano man yung umpisa, to salary grade 19, how long do you think you will be working to reach that rank? Baka may makaawi ka pa, baka the reality is baka kailangan mo pang maghintay, may mamatay. Joke lang, pero it's a reality. 'Di ba minsan ayaw mag-retire ng nasa higher up mo kasi kahit matanda na ayaw pa mag-retire, so kailangan mo pa hintayin mag-retire or sa to say mawala sa earth para lang ma-promote ka. So that is the sad reality here. So ngayon, ilang years mo pagtatrabahuan yan para ma-reach mo lang yung 51,000 comparing sa VA work na base rate 51K kakaagad. Assuming these variables are true. Okay? Assuming these variables are true. Let me be clear about that. Now, salary grade 19. And if you are working in the SUC, kung teacher ka, university instructor ka sa SUC, salary grade 19 is also 51,357. You will be associate professor 1 at the time. Now, ang question ko dito is how long it will take you to jump from instructor 1 to associate professor 1 in the university as an instructor. It will take you like few years lang is if magaling ka mag-research kasi research yung pinaka nagiging mostly basis para ka ma-promote. Pero the effort that you have to go through, wala mo yun? The effort that you have to go through to reach this 51K nang samantalang sa base rate ng pagiging VA with these variables, kahit newbie ka, marireach mo agad yan. Okay? So now, something to think about, guys. Think about that. And syempre, you have to know that working online as a freelancer, you don't have government benefits. You have to pay your own SSS, real health and insurances, and any other investment na kailangan mong gawin. Pero, now, going back to these variables, what if after 6 months or after a year, parang may guts ka nang mag-charge ng higher than $5? What if naging $8 per hour na yung hourly rate mo? What if naging 10 na? Kasi sobrang expert mo na, magaling ka na, and all that. Naging 10 na. Now, looking back dun sa 51K, sa $5 per hour, tas ngayon $10 per hour, how much will you be earning a month if $10 per hour na rate? Now you have an idea. Nag-iisip ka na ngayon. And what if maging $15 na or higher yung hourly rate mo? Dahil sobrang galing mo na, expert ka na, 3 to 5 years ka na sa industry, you have now the confidence to charge this kind of rates. How much would you be earning every month? Think about it, right? And what if you have 3 clients? What if $5 per hour rate mo pero 3 clients mo? Ewan ko na lang anong gagawin mo to manage that. What if you have 5 clients? Okay? Now, meron kang pamangkin na hindi nagpatuloy sa eskwela, uy, tap mo na lang siya, uy, tara, dito ka lang muna, tulungan mo ako mag-client work, bigyan mo siya ng work. What if meron ka ng team member, parang micro-agency ka na? What if 3 na team members mo, so nakaka-accumulate ka na ng 5 plus clients, tas binibigay mo na lang sa members mo. May tito kang tambay, pinag-typing mo, pinag-aral mo ng research, diba? But what if 5 na yung team members mo? Ilan na kayang clients kaya mo i-handle at saka ilan na kayang total na kaya mong ma-earn on a monthly basis if ganito na yung setup mo. Think about it. Think about it. And now I can see your face looks like this. I know your face looks like that kasi nagko-compute ka na. And that's normal. Okay? So, something to think about. Now, in freelancing, what you earn monthly is not consistent. So, this is the reality. Lalo na if you are on project-based, minsan talaga may client ka, minsan wala. Pero if you want consistency, go for working on an agency na may hourly rate. So, there will be months na wala kang clients. Will be, assuming this is normal talaga. There will be also months with one project that can feed you 4 to 6 or more months. So, meron ganun. Okay, sabihin na lang natin nga, oo nga, walang ka ng client for 3 months. Okay, wala kang client for 3 months. Pero, on the 4th month, nakapag-close ka ng client na kaya kang buhayin in 6 months. Worth it ba yung time na wala kang client in the last 3 months? Yes naman. Kasi itong client na na-close ko ngayon, after 1 month tapos na project namin, pwede na akong humiyata for 6 months. Wala na akong gagawin kasi buhay na ako. Think about that. Okay? Think about that. Pero I'm not saying na humiyata ka na hindi ka na mag-work. Mag-work ka pa rin. Pero what I'm saying is, this is the power of project-based work. You can close big projects and then do nothing after. Kasi you earn so much on one project only na pwede kang magpahinga muna. So this is the power of freelancing. Which is, if you are on the corporate world, sobrang hirap mag-break time ng 1 month. Mahirap ngang magpahinga ng 1 week 1 month pa kaya. Pero this is the power that the freelancing can give you.